Hello and welcome back to my channel. Sorry, it's been a little bit of time. I just got back from, it's been about a week since I've been back from the World Championships in Qatar, and it's been crazy ever since I got back with, getting back into the routine with the kids and also just settling back into life. And I took a bit of time to be with my family before I came on here and started chatting to you about what all went down at the World Championships. So before I start there, I'm going to go to my office because I feel like this is, it's not really the right place to do it, is it, in the bathroom? And the noise is a bit weird, I imagine. This is our new bathroom. I've got loads of stuff out on the side, which I don't normally do. But yeah, look at that. I do feel quite official sitting here behind my desk, to be honest. But I've got my yarn. I feel like it's getting messier and messier. I haven't really had a chance to even get back and get sorted and get myself going again. Talking World Championships. So the last video, it ended after we had just won gold in the team event.
Beautiful dive.
I was so nervous doing my first dive in International Cup Worlds for 2.5 years, and it was on springboard doing a hurdle step. I was so terrified, but it feels good to be back out there and competing again, and to do it alongside this team has just been amazing.
And that was for me to shake off my cobwebs because it was my first time competing internationally. And then after that, I was able to then go from that competition, and we had a week basically of training. So Noah and I got to train lots. We got to do some synchro. We were working on individual stuff, but it was quite a high pressure situation. But here's some of the training. But it wasn't just about the training, it was about trying to qualify the spots for the Olympics. Now, how that works, there's two ways of doing it. The spots. So we had China, Ukraine, Mexico, and France all ready with spots. So that left 4 spots up for grabs. So we're training like crazy to try and get to that point where normally in a World Cup, which is normally a World Cup the year of the Olympics, but this time it's a World Championships, and usually they do a prelim round where they cut, well, there was 22 in our event, and they normally cut to 12 and then do a final, whereas this time it was a straight final. So with all of the 22 teams in it, it was going to be the result from that competition. Those 6 dives alone was going to be what determined who was going to be going to the Olympics, which was kind of terrifying to get those spots for your country because you only get one shot at it. So Noah and I went into the competition and we gave it our best shot. It was long, a lot longer than most competitions. Most finals normally have 8 to 12 people in it, whereas this one had 22. So it lasted 2 and a bit hours. So that was one dive every 20 minutes or so. So it was quite a mental struggle to stay in the zone, but actually it turned out quite well. So here are some of the dives, and I'll walk you through each dive. The first dive was an inward 1.5 somersaults pike, which is where we stand backwards, jump backwards, and rotate forwards towards the board. And it was pretty solid. I was so incredibly nervous for that first one because it's the adrenaline is pumping and it's going through your veins in a crazy way. But like you can see, it was pretty decent. We, got a pretty solid score and off to a good start. Our next dive was about 1.5 somersaults, half twist, where you stand backwards, jump backwards, do a little turn and flip forward towards the water. Again, the timing was good, entries were good, we were pretty happy and pretty solid. It was a pretty solid dive, to be honest. But then, this is where it gets really interesting, is the optional rounds. So in synchro, you have 2 of the voluntary dives, which are limited at 2.0 degree of difficulty, and then you have no limit of degree of difficulty after that. So With our first optional dive was a 3.2, and that is an inward 3.5 somersaults with tuck. It's kind of where the competition really starts, because this is where the make or break happens. And as you can see, we did a pretty good one. It was pretty solid, like the synchro was good, the entries were solid, like it could be a little bit cleaner and tidied up around the way, but given the nerves and the anxiety that goes into that competition, we did pretty well. Our next one was one of our more difficult dives on our list, and that's a back 3.5 somersaults pike. So this is kind of one of our, like, not make or breaks, it can be like our best dive, but also it's one of the ones that we kind of struggled with consistency on. But our synchronization was really good all the way through. I managed to land quite vertical. Noah placed his feet slightly higher and went over, but on the whole, like, it was solid enough. Like, it was where we needed to be. We didn't need for qualification. Remember, like, normally I go into competition like we want to win, we want to do this, but this competition was about qualifying for the Olympics. So we wanted to be steady. We wanted to just make sure we were doing enough each round to stay in the mix. So we were still in the mix after our back 3.5 pike. And then our next dive was a reverse 3.5 somersaults. And I remember for this one, I just wanted to make sure that the timing was good and we were landing somewhere near vertical. I remember landing pretty near vertical, and then Noah, I'm pretty sure, was as well, maybe a fraction over from vertical. I'm doing this from memory now, but you're probably watching the dives as I'm saying this. But the synchro was good, so we were pretty happy with that, solid, still in contention, and I think we were still up and around second place at that point. So then, the last dive was our front 4.5, and again, at this point, we know that we are well in contention for qualifying, but the situation is, because it's a one-time, one-shot deal, and no matter what happens, even if you are the best in the world, or if you've done all these amazing dives before, if you mess the last one up, you're out. So of course I was standing there on the last one thinking, oh my gosh, this is it. This is going to decide whether or not Team GB has a spot at the Olympics. So it was kind of terrifying. I remember standing there thinking, like, bloody hell, don't fail this. And obviously that I should never think about it like that. Like, sports psychology 101, don't think about the negative outcome. Think about being in the moment, being present. And I had all of this like craziness going on. I was like, shh, stop. What are you talking about? And then just kind of like settled into it. And I was like, okay, I've done this a million times. I'm good. We're good. We're going to do it. So I remember running to the end, taking off, and when I hit the water, I was like, okay, mine wasn't great, but it was solid enough. I came up, looked at Noah, and Noah said he'd done a good one. I was like, okay, relief. And then it took forever for the scores to come up. But once the scores did come up, we saw that we had qualified, and not only qualified, we had won a silver medal. So we were super happy and super stoked. Here's one I made earlier. So this was the silver medal. So the silver medal was from the synchro event. So, I mean, all in all, came away from the World Championships with a gold and a silver medal. So a pretty nice return to competition, if you ask me. And now really super excited because on Sunday, and I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but probably like right around the time that I'm leaving to go to Canada. I leave on the 25th to go to Montreal for the World Cup Series at Synchro with Noah. And we may be doing a team event, I'm not sure. We're figuring that out as we go along. But yeah, super exciting, super, looking forward to what the future has in store. It's going to be a busy period of competitions. I mean, I just want to say a huge thank you as well to everyone that's been there supporting me, coaches, physios, family, and of course Lance. Lance has been an absolute superhero when it comes to being around for the boys while I was away trying to qualify for the Olympics. And my mum as well, being around. I've done an Instagram post about this, but it really does take a village for everyone behind an Olympian. So you're appreciated more than you know, and yeah, I'm excited to get going again. And now I had this on my desk and I was too scared to kind of really have it in full play, but this is becoming more of a reality now. Hopefully not snowy in the middle of summer when we're there, but I'm super excited about it, and it's going to be on my desk every day to remind me that this is what we're working towards. So yeah. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to follow along with all the shenanigans that goes on with Olympic diving. And if you have any ideas of what you want to see, like videos and stuff with either Noah or some of the rest of the diving team while we're away, let me know, because I'd be more than happy to oblige. Right, thanks for watching. Bye. Ow, Jesus, that's not good.